Hey everyone, it's me Panda, and welcome back to Legend of Runeterra. Today, the deck we'll be looking at is Lurk. So Lurk is not a new archetype, but I haven't covered it in the channel yet, so I might as well. Lurk is a pretty aggressive archetype, and it can be a lot of fun to play. Some turns are trickier than others, and it makes it for a very interesting deck. The only downside of playing Lurk is the deck construction. It is very, very boring, as you will see. So first of all, what is Lurk? So Lurk says when you attack while I'm on top of your deck, I lurk, granting lurkers ally everywhere +1/+0, once per turn maximum. So I guess the important part here is you don't have to have a lurker on the board to activate Lurk. You just have to have a lurker on top of your deck. So whenever you attack with any type of unit, if you have a lurker on top of your deck, it will trigger his lurking ability, which gives ally +1/+0. The two champion that we include are pretty standard. They come basically prefabricated with the Lurk archetype, and it's Rek'Sai, which read when I lurk or attack, grant lurkers ally everywhere +1/+0. This stack with the Lurk. So Lurk is a maximum of once per turn, but she can give herself the +1/+0 because it's on top of lurking. So it's lurking is one trigger, and then Rek'Sai is another trigger. So you can get +2/+0 in a turn. She's very, very good for the cost. So 3 mana for 3/6. It's an amazing stat line. But she reads round end, place me into your deck. So the only way you get to keep your Rek'Sai on the board is if you can level her up, which you need to do by attacking with 10 plus power. So basically, you lurk a lot, you play Rek'Sai when she's big, she gets to 10 attack, level up, and now she stays on the board. Once she level up, she gains Overwhelm, which is pretty good closing game, and she creates 3 random lurker cards in hand. Again, which is pretty good to close out game or give you more fuel, when you're running out. The other champion we use is Pike, which read, when I lurk, transform me into Death from Below, and Death from Below summon a Pike striking on the enemy. So it's pretty useful if you lurked a bit and your Pike is now at 4, 5, or 6 attack, and then you play Death from Below, and it's basically a 4 damage fast spell, which is pretty good for removal, and it gives you the body of Pike on top of that. And once you level up, you can chain basically the kill. So if Pike kills something, like in the regular League of Legends game, you reset his ultimate and you can try to execute someone else. So he will basically chain execute until he has no target or he doesn't kill. For the rest of the deck, it's pretty simple. You go in there, you type Lurk, and then you include all the cards. I made the choice of not including Bloodbait because I already have Snapjaw Swarm in my deck. I don't need 6 of them. I only need 3. So you have a Lurk, Fearsome Lurk, which is a pretty good 1-drop. The Redfin Hammer Snout, which gives vulnerable. The Snapjaw Swarm start a free attack, so you can trigger your Lurk on your defense turn, which is pretty good. Rek'Sai, Xerxai Collar, which predict, which is pretty good to put Lurk on top of your deck. And then for finisher, we have the Under Titan, which can gain Spell Shield Overwhelm. We have the Dune Breaker, who has Overwhelm, and we have Joel Fish, which makes all your lurkers strikes random enemies, so you can basically clear the board. We have a 3-of Call of the Pack, which is also Rek'Sai spell, and it's an amazing card. Basically, you pick one of your card in your hand, you place it on top of your deck, so at that point you know exactly what's on top, and then it creates 2 random lurker in your hand on top of that. It's amazing. So usually you will do it with one of your champion if you have it. So with Rek'Sai or Pike, you will place, if you place a Rek'Sai on top of your deck and then swing with the rest of your board, they just gain +2 attack right there. Very, very solid. The only non-lurk card that we use are Feral Prescience for more predict, and where is it? Aspiring Chronomancer, which is also a predict. So as you can understand, this deck, like I said, is very easy to build. You just dump all the lurks and a bit of predict, and that's it. If you include 13 card, that's 39, so I need a 1 of, and Rite of Negation can come pretty clutch. So yeah, that's the deck. It's a very nice deck. I'll put the link in the description so you can try it for yourself. If you want to climb, right now I've been like climbing a lot. As you can see, when I started, I think my first video, I was back in the iron rank, and now we are at gold 1. So it's been climbing super fast. I didn't only use that deck, but it is definitely a good deck to climb with. So anyway, let's give it, I hope you give it a shot, and let's go in a game. Alright, before we jump into the game, I have a little announcement to make. So as you see, I have a different shirt, so it's me, a Panda from the future. I had some problem with the recording. I've lost some content. My computer crashed. I had to re-record everything. And I think I recorded 5 games, but 3 of them, the data was corrupted. So anyway, it will be a shorter video this time around, only 2. And I had to record my webcam after the fact. So the commentary will not be live. I will just go over my game after the fact and just, comment what I see and what was my thought process while I was playing. So I hope you still enjoyed the video. I will be back on a normal schedule starting this week. I know last week I didn't upload any because of those computer problems, but I'll make it up for it. I hope you enjoy. Alright, jumping into game 1. So we are against a very aggressive deck. Bramble City with Shadow Island. Definitely very aggressive. My thinking right now is they probably want to go wide and do as much, damage as they can and burn me towards the end. Bramble City is very good at going wide, and so is Shadow Island, especially with the inclusion of Elise. So Teemo, it's actually not bad for me because I have the Redfin Hammer Snout in my hand. So I'm just gonna go play that, get rid of the Teemo right off the bat so he doesn't get a level up and start planting a million shroom in my deck. So like I say, he's trying to like spam a unit basically every turn and making some burn damage. So here with the Prescience to guarantee my Lurk, put Rek'Sai on top just so I get more stat right away. That gives 2 attack, and that's very important because you want to swing with your Rek'Sai once you have 10. So every chance you have to give her 2 is pretty good because she's already right now like at 4 or 5, I think. And you have to understand that you don't have to play her when she's at 10. You have to play her when she's at 8. Very lucky Prescience right now. I managed to... Well, so first of all, I did Prescience so I can get the guarantee Lurk on my free attack. And that's exactly why this card is included in the deck, that it can trigger Lurk on your defensive turn. But very lucky because I managed to get the Call of the Pack, which means I get to put Rek'Sai back on top and just basically recycle her +2. And if you see, she's at 6, so the +2 will put her at 8, meaning that when I draw her, she'll be 8. So ready to be played and level up on the same turn. So very, very, very good. Here, it might have been a mistake to play the Chronomancer and then doing the pack. I probably should have done the pack to see what kind of random Lurk I get and then attack. Well, not attack, but like play a card and then attack. Because anyway I was guaranteed to do the Lurk, so I didn't need to predict right away. But the thing is, if I do that way, like if I go that route, if I do get the card like I just did, a 5 cost and a 6 cost, I don't get any attack because then I can I can't really play my my Chronomancer because he's gonna predict away the Rek'Sai, meaning I don't get the +2 bonus that round, and I don't get to draw Rek'Sai. So I guess it was a 50-50 play, and I got rewarded because the 2 card I got from the Call of the Pack, I couldn't have played them, so it was better to play the Chronomancer first. So at this point, like in my head, the game is pretty much over. I have the negation, the 1-of negation in my hand, so like any type of like last ditch effort burn, I can block. And I can play a big boy who already have 8 power, so next turn he's gonna get Spell Shield and Fearsome and Overwhelm. So I played a Rek'Sai here. She's gonna level up. I didn't play the other card because I wanted to make sure I keep my 4 mana up. Again, just to have the Rite of Negation ready in hand. So he does deny my level up of Rek'Sai with that card. I forgot the name. I just saw it, but I forgot the name. But it doesn't matter because she still get to give me the +2. It's just bad because she's gonna return to the deck. So Electro Harpoon, which would have done, kill my my Lurker, but also deal some damage to my Nexus, because I think it deals 2 damage to a creature and 2 damage to the Nexus for discard. So Rite of Negation, pretty clutch here. Basically gave me the protected my Nexus from 2 damage and managed to squeeze in an extra 8 damage on their Nexus. So very good swing. Now he's at 2. 2 cards in hand. I don't see how I would win. I don't see how I could lose that game. So I just drop whatever unit I have and get ready to swing for next turn. And I didn't get to swing, you just surrender. It happens a lot with Lurk. When people see your massive board, they're just like, oh yeah, whatever, I cannot deal with that. So that was game 1, pretty fast one. Alright, jumping right away into game 2. This time we're playing against a Tahm Kench Soraka deck. I want to go as fast as possible, so that's why I dropped my whole hand. I want those 1-cost cards. Because you want to get very big very fast against that like Tahm Kench and Soraka. Because their goal is to put units like this one, damage themselves and then heal them back. But if you force them to block early, they'll have to sacrifice their creature basically to block your damage. And they're very good at healing creature, but they're not very good at healing their Nexus. So basically I'm putting them in a situation where they'll have to trade down their board so they don't have many target for healing, and at the same time, you know, burning down their Nexus. So here I was thinking about just swinging, but I'm gonna wait just in case you do something like that, because there's a creature that damaged himself. I don't remember the name, but it's basically the same concept of that one I just dragged, but it also has Challenger. So I'm like, hey, you know what? I might as well get rid of the Challenger. That's why I waited 1 turn before playing my Vulnerable, just to see if he did put it on the play, but he didn't. So I played it on anyway, just to, like I said again, remove one of his potential healing target.
I understand.
So here, you know, I could have avoided attacking. That give me a Lurk, but I didn't add, like I didn't have it wasn't a guaranteed Lurk, so that was risky. Because I couldn't maybe not have the trigger, and also I just damage a creature for no reason, so he gets to heal, and healing for him is his win condition. So here I can threaten the Soraka again. Very lucky with the second Hammer Snout. Hammer Snout is like one of the best cards in this deck. Actually, they're all pretty good. The middle one there, the Snarkling, is probably the worst card, like the worst Lurk card. So if you do go with some change in the deck, that will probably be the first creature I cut. because the fearsome is very useful in a lot of situations. The free attack is useful. The vulnerable is very useful. But then just like the snarking, like the sharkling, sorry, it's just it's a nice one drop, but it's not game winning, definitely not. So that would be the consideration if you want to cut something. So we're just attack wide again, force him to block, so that way it's 2/4 die. Yeah, only 1 mana. There's not much he can do here. Like I'm thinking, you know, Pale Cascade or Bastion or whatever buff he can have in his hand. He cannot really cast from 1 mana. So here I'm forcing him to trade the board, so he doesn't have a kneeling target, and also very importantly that Tahm-Kench is damaged, because next turn Tahm-Kench is gonna start generating that I don't remember, gluttony, acquired taste, the acquired taste card, and it gets very annoying. But making him low health basically guarantee he cannot use it, because the way it works is like we strike each other, right? So if he well, we don't strike each other, I just get to strike him. So if he cannot survive my initial hit, then it's a worthless card. So having, like, you know, very high attack Lurker against his very low health Tahm-Kench is definitely clutch for me.
Tom, there may be redemption for you yet.
You know, here against I got a lot of different deck. Soraka would just swing with Tahm-Kench, but because my attack is so high, because of all the Lurk trigger we already got, like by turn 5, he just cannot attack. Because I would just trade the Soraka, trade the Tahm-Kench. I guess the Tahm-Kench would maybe survive, because I think Soraka heals 4, so he would be at 6. So I cannot kill both, but it's definitely not worth it for him. So he played his landmark. This is win condition, but it's very late. You know, I'm already, like, I already had many Lurk trigger, and he hasn't started healing yet. That's his first tick, and I think this card is 25 to win, so he needs 25 healing unit before he can win with this. So here, unfortunately, Rek'Sai is 1 away from leveling up, because she's at 7, so she would climb to 9. So I just played the Doom Bug, go for more damage, and again, I don't really care if he trades. It's working. It works in my favor. Yes, I am running out of fuel, like, slowly. But having a Rek'Sai in hand means that when she level up, she gives me 3 extra cards right away. And if I, you know, top deck a Call of the Pack, that's my fuel right there. So at this moment, it's kind of brain dead. I just, you know, attack. There's really nothing to think. I think in the deck I say, like, some turns are trickier than others. They're mostly at your beginning, when you have a lot of ways to predict. Those are like the tricky card, the tricky card to use. But outside of that, just swing. Because even if I don't get the trigger there, he cannot really do anything right now. So yeah, he's blocking. He would have to sacrifice his Tahm-Kench to survive, and which means it would throw back the unit he just gobbled. Because, you know, if he dies, because it's a capture effect, so if he dies, he releases the capture. So it's pretty much checkmate at this point. He either loses Tahm-Kench or lose the game. And he decides to surrender. So again, very short and fast game. So that's why it's such a good deck to climb. Alright, and we're back. Again, a little outro from the future, because I had to re-record it. But yeah, overall, this is the deck. This is Lurk. Very simple to build, very fun to play. The game really didn't showcase Pike as much as I would have liked, but you definitely saw how powerful Rek'Sai, but especially Call of the Pack is with Rek'Sai. Just to gain those massive stat boosts and you know, just swing for the victory and make your opponent surrender very fast. So again, it's a pretty good deck to climb, because the games are super short. And overall, I would say the only difference, like if you want to build your own version, you could think about including a couple copies of Bone Skewer, which works really well with, you know, any kind of Lurk, because you put that creature back on the top and you can remove those pesky target that you need to get rid of without combat. I'm thinking right now Bramble City Mayor or just like a puppy before attack and stuff like that. So that's definitely a consideration depending on your meta. Note that if you do include the Bone Skewer, it make the deck a little bit less consistent because it doesn't have the Lurk keyword like some spell have, for example, Call of the Pack. Anyway, that was it. And I guess on another note, it was good that I didn't record this week because I played a lot. And well, first of all, we did change back our name to Panda Hero, so that's a win because I finally got enough blue essence in regular League of Legends to do it. And also, we are now Diamond 4. Actually, it's on a good way to Diamond 3. And I'm very happy about that because the game will be way more interesting to comment and do video with. And also, I'll be able to include different type of game, not only like just spam victories. I can also start including my defeat, and you'll see the weakness of the deck that we play. Spoiler alert, next deck coming up is probably a Lee Sin deck, and after that, if you have any suggestion of what you would like to see, please include it in the comment section below, and I'll take a look at it definitely, and I'll try to play the deck you want. Alright, have a good day.